Hi guys, today is October 26, 2020, and futures point to an ugly open on Wall Street as House Democrats and Senate Republicans are still ironing out a deal, a stimulus package deal. But still, it's just, what's the point for Democrats to make a deal? To give another victory to President before the election doesn't make sense. So I don't think the deal is going to be reached before the election, and so the hopes are fading for this, and also U.S. has reported the highest number of COVID-19 cases recently, and so people are very nervous about the upcoming elections, the stimulus package, the COVID cases, and that reflects in the stock prices pretty much. And actually, historically, the week before the election is the most volatile one. So I would say sit tight and no need to rush to buy stocks right now, and you will have your chance later on. Okay, so let's jump to SPY, ETF for S&P 500, and SPY is trading in the choppy territory, and pretty much in a flat line in the past month, and I think it's going to continue, but you still need to be in the market because once the election is over and the results of the election is over, I think we're going to see a rise in stock prices and in the stock market in general, regardless of who wins, because there are a lot of money on the sidelines sitting and waiting for a long time in money markets, and people are anxious to get in, but still this recent volatility of the election and virus and stimulus stocks keeping people on sidelines. But once it's over, at least some of it, these money will go into the markets. Okay, so let's just jump into stocks. Let's start with Intel. Okay, so Intel reported earnings $1.11 per share, in line with estimates. Revenue was better than expected. Data center group saw revenue decline by 7% and miss expectations. So data center is the key metric by which Intel is measured right now, and they're measured against AMD matrix, and not so good for Intel, and I think the shares will trade lower, and I would be shy to picking up Intel at this point. Okay, let it come down a little bit more at around 45, 46 area. I would be interested in Intel, but not right now. Okay, so next company is Gilead Sciences. So Gilead Sciences rose on Friday after FDA approved Gilead's remdesivir, but at the same time shares came right back down because remdesivir is not a big revenue driver for Gilead. It's basically a reputation lift for Gilead, but not much more. And Gilead actually is struggling to come up with new medicine at this point, and that's why shares are struggling for a while. So I would wait for Gilead to come down a little bit more, actually under $60, because I thought it could hold like $61, $62 area, but doesn't look like it's the case. So let's see if it can hold 60, but I doubt so. So I would wait for Gilead in the $59, maybe even $58 area to buy. Okay, so Mattel. Mattel is a toy company, and they reported really good earnings. Actually, shares were higher after beating top and bottom lines for its third quarter. But right now, Mattel is trading at RSI 84, which is very high, overbought. So I would wait for shares to come down a little bit before I buy it. But generally, the earnings were really good, and I would be interested in picking up Mattel if it comes down to at least like 13, 12, maybe even dollar area. Okay. STX. Seagate Technologies. So Seagate Technologies reported weaker than expected revenue for its latest quarter, but boosted its dividend by 2 cents and increased its share buyback program by $3 billion. And actually, shares first dipped, but then recovered. And I actually like Seagate here, STX stock symbol, and actually the shares may go higher. It's in pretty good position to actually to rise, to me. Okay, COF. Capital One Financial. It's It's a financial company, pretty much a credit card company. Beat expectations for its third quarter on top and bottom. Non-interest income rose 50% over year. And in general, I like Capital One here. And if the shares come down to closer to 76, I would just pull the trigger and buy the stock. COF. AXP. Oops. AXP. American Express. So I'm not a big fan of American Express because they beat on earnings, but slightly lower on revenue. But in general, I'm not a big fan of American Express. They've been trading in the same old range for I don't know how long, and I think it's just that money. And they pay pretty good dividend, but in general. I don't see shares rising too much, and I think it's going to be trading in the same range as it was trading before. AXP. Okay, so SHAK. SHAK. Okay, SHAK was initiated coverage by Oppenheimer at Outperform. The firm said in a note that Shake Shack's U.S. footprint could grow 3 times the size. Actually, I like Shake Shack. I think they're growing very nicely, and I actually agree with this Oppenheimer call. And I would use this opportunity to pull back to buy shares lower. Okay, FSLY. Poor FSLY. FSLY has been struggling for a while. Okay, so Piper Sandler downgraded the stock on Friday to underweight from neutral, citing concerns about slowing business from TikTok. This FSLY shares has been falling for from the high of 136 to around 75 right now, and people are asking me all the time what I think about FSLY. Is it time to buy? I actually like FSLY in this area, and as you know that Kathy Wood from Arc Capital was buying shares at $85, and now it's $75. So you're getting a discount, and if it comes down even lower, I would also pull the trigger and buy the stock. So I think it came down too much, and I think it's warranted. I would say a small position in FSLY. Okay, Hasbro. So Hasbro is a toy maker. Another toy maker reported third quarter earnings that beat expectations. The company's stock has been down pre-market as sales for its TV and film divisions fell. But pretty good earnings from Hasbro, even though it's just looking a little bit overbought. So I would just let it come down a little bit more to low 80s before I buy Hasbro. HAS. Okay, KTB. Contour Brands. So Contour Brands was upgraded by Bank of America analyst to buy from Underperform and hike its price target to $38. Actually, I agree with Bank of America analyst, but at the same time, I think it's a long-term buy, but short-term it could be a little bit pressured because the RSI is very high. It's overbought, so I would let it come down a little bit more before I buy it, even though the shares are higher pre-market. Okay, FB. Facebook. Facebook price target was raised by KeyBank Capital Markets to $340, citing an attractive valuation. So, in general, Facebook looks like it could go higher, but you need to be a little bit careful and use the opportunity, the volatility before the election to buy shares cheaper. I would say if it comes down to 270 area, it would be an interesting buy to me. Okay, WGO. Winnebago Industries. So Winnebago shares were higher after it was upgraded to buy from neutral by Citi, saying that the attractiveness of the RV lifestyle is here to stay. And I actually agree with this call by Citi, and RVs are hot right now. Everybody is buying RV, my relatives, my friends. It's unbelievable craze about the RV, and Winnebago Industries is right in the middle of this, and I think it's a pretty good compelling buy. WGO. Palantir. Okay, Palantir shares trading in the same range for a while since it came public by JP Morgan and Jefferies. Initiated coverage with buy ratings, citing the company's data collecting powerness and capabilities. In general, I think it's a pretty compelling buy to me under $10. I mean, but you have to be prepared to sit with the stock for a while because this is a long-term buy. It's not going to be rising like $20 in the short term. So it's a long-term buy. If you want to sit with it, I think it's just dead money. But in general, long-term, it may go higher, but honestly, it's not for me. I mean, it's just you have to sit with the stock for too long. Okay, DSS. Document security. Okay, so Documentum, this company is an interesting company because it's engaging in development of paper and plastic products designed to protect the valuable information from unauthorized scanning, copying, and digital imaging. And it's higher after a convertible note holder converted its stock at to the stock at $6.48, so much higher than it was Friday's closing price. That's why the stock is trading a lot higher. And I don't know if this is the reason for me to buy the stock, and I would wait for the shares to come down after this before I buy this. Okay, and the last one I'll give you is Moderna. So Moderna is trading higher after it signed an agreement to supply Qatar with its vaccine. And in general, I think Moderna is a buy in pretty good shape, and looks like they will have a vaccine by the end of the year. I mean, I expect them to have a vaccine by the end of the year. And another company that I like is BNTX in this space. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you Thursday.